Caboolture. Yes, affectionately known by locals as Cabo, also sometimes pronounced Caboolture. It has such a bad reputation. We've appeared in shit towns of Australia, always at the butt of jokes like it's a town full of droggos, poor people, a place where teeth and shoes are optional. So many people here have mobility scooters, blah, blah, blah. I'm so sick of it. I'm 40 years old and I've lived in Caboolture my entire life. And, I have no shame in saying that. When I was a baby, my parents were tobacco farmers, just like a 15-minute drive west of Caboolture in a place called Wamuran, which now grows a lot of like strawberries and pineapples.
I've heard locals say that we are a battlers suburb, Aussie battlers, but I'm here to tell you that Caboolture is actually a good place to live. The best thing about Caboolture is our location. So we are like smack bang in the middle between the sunny coast and Brisbane. Everything is within a 45-minute to an hour's drive away. You've got gorgeous beaches of the sunny coast like Coolum, Caloundra, Mooloolaba. 50 minutes northwest, you've got quaint little towns like Mullaney and Montville. The Glasshouse Mountains are all within like 40 minutes away. Beautiful Bribie Island is only 30 minutes away. Then about 40 minutes away, you've got one of the best shopping centres in Queensland, Westfield Chermside. Brisbane is an hour's drive or about 50 minutes on the train. And then 2 hours away, you've got the Gold Coast. Other places worth mentioning include Woodford, Redcliffe, Shorncliffe, Scarborough, Beachmere, Sandstone Point, Daybra, Beerwah with Australia Zoo and Samford, all with different things to offer. I had to give the islands a mention because they are so accessible from Caboolture and they're just stunning. Like to get to the barge for Kagari is about 3 to 4 hours. The Moreton Island ferry is about an hour's drive away depending on traffic. The North Stradbroke Island ferry is about an hour and a half drive away. With everything so close, there's so much to see and do on the weekend, so many places to go. This is just a tiny snippet of some of the stuff we get up to. The locations range from Brisbane to the Sunshine Coast. Plenty of local produce. There's also a lot of free events held by the Moreton Bay Council. There's just so much to see and do when you're based in Caboolture, especially if you've got young children. We don't have 5-star dining in Caboolture, but we can just head to Brizzy for that. What we do have is some amazing cafes. One that deserves a mention is the Strawberry View Coffee Shack, which, as the name suggests, it's a farm-style cafe set beside a family strawberry farm located in Belmare, Caboolture. It is a great spot to enjoy coffee and strawberry-themed treats with views across the strawberry fields, and on clear days you can see the Glasshouse Mountains. Many people come from Brisbane to see the coffee shack. Another great cafe we have is Gather and Feast, located on James Street, Caboolture. They have a very fresh, seasonal and creative breakfast and all-day brunch menu. The food honestly looks like artwork on a plate. And this is in Cabo. I also have to mention the Caboolture Sports Club, known by locals as the Sportos. It has multiple dining options from, cafe to a full-service restaurant. Good place to get a pub meal. Has plenty of bars, live entertainment, games promotion, plenty of events. Members can also catch the courtesy bus in and back home safely. This place won Queensland Best Sports Club in 2023 and 2025, and it's currently undergoing a $20 million renovation project. It doesn't have a nightclub section. I believe young people go to the Sandstone Point Hotel these days because they do have a nightclub section there on Fridays and Saturdays, or otherwise they train it into the valley. Reflecting the rurality of Caboolture, kangaroos can be seen jumping around in people's backyards, or in this case, front yards here. You might think they're pests. I disagree. I think if you've got a kangaroos jumping around in your front yard, it's pretty special. I used to see a lot more around this area, but after some houses got built, I've seen less. I'm literally just standing out the front of someone's front yard here. You can see the houses.
So Caboolture has always been a farming area ever since settlers first arrived here. I would say it definitely still has a farming vibe, but it's a suburban town with like rural pockets. Yeah, and you can still catch the farminess around. For example, this farm store that I'm standing in right now.
We've got local pawpaws, bananas grown in Wamuran, only $2.50 per bunch, quite cheap. The best thing is that it's run by an honesty box system. So we are an honest town. You know, not everyone here is going to steal the shirt off your back. We've got pineapples and some other veggies here. Another great farm store we have is the Greenhaven store located in Wamuran, which is about, 10 to 15 minutes from Caboolture. It has local and regional products, fruit, vegetables, handcrafted and artisan products, and plants, gifts and specialty items. As far as healthcare goes, we obviously have specialists located in Brisbane and the Sunshine Coast, like I said, an hour's drive away. We also have our own Caboolture Hospital, which recently had a $353 million upgrade with expanded emergency department, ICU, palliative care unit, medical wards, operating theatre and cardiac care unit. My niece had her appendix taken out and was in one of the new medical wards, and it was like a hotel room, brand new. It had a TV, private bathroom. This is the new cancer care facility that's just been opened, and we also have a separate Caboolture private hospital and a separate Caboolture satellite hospital, which is for minor incidents and injuries. As far as GPs go, we have a lot of GPs in this town. I don't know if it's because the demographic of people who live here tend to need to see the doctor more regularly. We have several large medical centres, and one of them is the Health Hub Doctors Morayfield. They have many GPs, X-ray and imaging, a dentist, a chemist, QML, skin cancer clinic, allied health, a cosmetic clinic, flu immunisation clinic, chiropractor, a Vision Australia clinic, and at the back they have this urgent care clinic for minor injuries and illnesses, which is open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and is bulk billed, no appointments needed. As of January 2026, I could find a same-day appointment at the Health Hub Morayfield. Another one we have is our Medical Morayfield, which is newly opened, and they have bulk billing GPs. They also have pathology, radiology, dental, allied health, and are open till 10 p.m. at night, 365 days a year. I might just mention that Morayfield is an adjoining suburb to Caboolture. Morayfield is Caboolture, in my opinion. Cabo's third major GP clinic is the Caboolture Super Clinic, and they obviously have doctors available and new patients welcome at the moment. Directly across the road from there, we have Bertha Street Medical and Dental Centre, which is 100% bulk billed. We get brand new facilities opening up all the time in this town. In 2019, the old Cabo police station was vacated and a brand new facility was opened in 2019, costing $16.5 million. Right next door, we got a brand new PCYC built, which costs $17.5 million and hasn't even opened yet in January 2026. Cabo has always had an ambulance station, but a second one was built in 2024 in Morayfield, costing $8.45 million. We had a new Woolworths built in 2023 at Belmare Caboolture and a new Coles built in 2022 at the Big Fish Caboolture. Coles are popping up all the time. We've got one to be built in Lilywood Caboolture and another coming soon in Morayfield on Oaky Flat Road. The reason why we need new facilities is because our population growth is unreal. I've been at my job for 5 years and we have a high staff turnover, and so many people from my work had just moved to Caboolture in the last 2 years. From the 2016 to the 2021 census, our population growth increased by around 12%. The 2026 census isn't out yet, but the population growth is expected to be around 25%, and by 2040, it's expected to be 420% and 66% for Morayfield and Caboolture respectively. If Caboolture is such a shithole, why is everybody coming here to live?
With, my experience of living here my whole life, I do feel safe here. I do not feel unsafe. Not gonna lie, I have experienced safety incidents over the years, over my 20 years of adulthood here. I'm not going to talk about them in this video. If someone wants to know, ask in the comments and I might be truthful about the things that have happened to me here. But I can honestly tell you, I have never had my car stolen. I have never had my house broken into. In fact, I've left the front door open accidentally a handful of times since I've been living in this house for about 13 years. Mostly it's been when I'm rushing the kids out and the kids have been the last ones to leave and they've left the front door open. I've come home 6 hours later, the front door wide open, the house full of flies, and nothing has been touched. I can tell you that I have walked the streets of Caboolture at night time without any incidents. It's not something that I've done a lot of, but being an adult in this town for 20 years, it has happened. I have foolishly walked home from the pub a couple of times, and personally I have been safe. It's not something I do now. I don't even drink now, but I do take my dog for a walk around the block at 9:30 at night and I feel safe. I want to really quickly talk about jobs. 20 years ago, there wasn't as many jobs in Caboolture as there are now. I had to work in Brisbane back then. But nowadays there are a lot more jobs in Caboolture. The good thing about Caboolture is, yes, we can travel to Brisbane, which is 50 minutes on the train, and there's so many jobs there, or even the sunny coast. When I did work in the city 20 years ago and I would tell people that I'm from Caboolture, they would be like, "You're from Caboolture? Oh my goodness, I've heard stories about Caboolture." And it was a big deal. I think because Caboolture's reputation was a lot worse back then. But Caboolture is gentrifying now, so I think it's a lot better. I've been really lucky over the past 10 years. I've managed to find work in Caboolture, literally 5 minutes from home, and it's been so good.
So I'm just on the Seek app and I've typed in Caboolture, Queensland 4510, and it's come up with 19,239 jobs. Let's press search and see what happens. Okay, so we've got jobs from Brisbane coming up. So included in that 19,000 is jobs from Brisbane. We've got a trade sales assistant from Caboolture. We have a delivery driver for 40 Winks, Kawana. So jobs from the sunny coast are coming up. Let's change the settings to do exact location only. So when we do that, 350 jobs are coming up. We have a disability support worker, sales executive, medical receptionist, weighbridge operator, NDAS program support coordinator. So there is a wide variety of jobs just located in Caboolture only. I want to tell you about the Caboolture Country Markets, or as us locals call it, the flea market. It's one of the largest regular markets in southeast Queensland. It's got fresh local produce, food, plants, handmade crafts, jewellery and fashion and homewares, collectibles and secondhand treasures, rides and amusements, and animals.
So I hope you guys realize that Caboolture is nowhere near as bad as people say it is. It's actually a great place to live. If you are planning to move to Caboolture from afar and you've got something out of this video, give it a like. locals. If I've missed anything, please let me know in the comments. Yeah, and thanks so much for watching.